Alright, what's up guys? In today's video, I'll be showing you a system that I use to trade and how you guys can use it and apply it to yourselves, okay? So, let's just go over this pretty quickly. This was Wednesday, alright, Wednesday this week, New York time. So this was 8 o'clock around here, New York open here. So we have price coming up. We have a big candle here, right? And we have boom, immediately after we have it getting swept. So that means that we have a lower low, right? Price has broken structure. Okay. Price has broken structure here. These lows, right? These lows got broke. And then price pulled back into a range. And then price came down. We played into this low demand. So what did we do? We play off here, and then we played off a higher range, which would be here. This is a 5-minute OB. So this is how you can get into probable trades because we are pro trend, and I believe this 830 was manipulation. Was there new? Yeah, PPI right here. So this was high impact news that caused a manipulation and an immediate draw and a break of structure here. And then we have a pullback and we play it off of this fair value gap, right? Go to 1 minute. Sorry. So we played into this fair value gap. And what's something that I get asked is why don't we just enter off of here, right? Why don't we just do a trade like this? You certainly can, but that would be more of a risk-taking aspect instead of waiting for more confirmation. Because as traders, we don't know what's going to happen. So even if it's a probable setup, there's always a chance that you could lose. But there's a difference from being a risk taker and waiting for confirmations and setups that are also more probable. So price came into this zone, right? And I'm expecting sells after this break of structure. Let's keep that in mind. So I can expect price will make a lower low because now we're pro trend. Boom, boom, right? As I was saying, we have this zone, and what we expect is basically the same thing that I just did, but on a lower time frame. All right. So if we zoom in on here, we have this area, right? And what ended up happening? Price was breaking all of this demand on a lower time frame. So these are also breaks of structure. These are also breaks of structure. And these are also, this is just a whole line of liquidity here. So we can see price built all of this liquidity, right? We play into it and we're breaking all of this structure, and this is our confirmation here that we fully broke into this and we're with the downtrend. So what is the last area that broke this structure right here? The last area would be this flip. We have this OB. This is original supply. I believe this was on 5-minute OB. Yeah. 5-minute OB. We have a flip here. And then we also price created demand down here. So you might be wondering, oh, but this on the lower time frame, you might be saying how we created this sell to buy, breaking this structure here. And you'll be like, oh, how come we don't continue to buy off? Why didn't price do something like this? Like, why didn't it just go up, right? We have to remember we are in a higher time frame trend. So price can certainly play off of these zones. We refine it here. Price can certainly play off of these zones, but let's keep in mind that we are with trend, right? We are with the higher time frame trend. So we're not expecting a trade to go all the way up to the moon. We can expect pullbacks into certain areas to then fall down. So something like this would be a way better entry where you enter off of here, stop loss above this level, and now you could target these relative equal lows, right? And these as well. So we can see price immediately drops down right there. A nice 1 to 6. This is awesome, guys. Like only a 1 to 6. And when you see confirmation like this, you can even go break even. I would go break even after I see these lows down here. Guess what? After this, I would definitely go break even. This is a nice 1 to 6. These are pretty good trades, and they're at very good times. What time is this? 11:50 here. Very valuable time. You know this is still New York. And then if you want to hold it for longer, see what price would do. What do we have? This OB, right? This was the last buy to sell. Price bought and then sold. That ended up breaking this structure. So this was the flip zone. Right, guys? Sorry. This would be our flip zone. And then this would be our new supply. So price certainly could do something like this and then play up to here and then come more down, right? But we don't know that. But something like this is still probable, okay? So we see that price breaks from down here, making more lower lows. And then where can we see the next pullback? Into these zones here, into these flips. We do also fair value gaps. I count those as flips. Let's see, 15-minute. Yeah, so 15-minute fair value gap, right? Let me just mark that. 15-minute fair value gap that price ended up playing into. And then this would be your entry confirmation. Playing into this would be your entry confirmation. You could put stop loss up here. This is a little bit higher. You could put stop loss up here as well. Targeting, maybe if you want, oh wait, sorry. If you want, you could target down here. Depends on how you manage. You know, you could target further down. You could target these lows here. You could target these lows. Certainly these lows. This is all liquidity actually. So something like this is super probable, guys. 1 to 10. Well, you got 16 RR for the day in one trading session. Now this is just the system, but you can apply it to yourself however you want. All right, guys? So maybe you're just comfortable with taking one trade a day. Maybe you're comfortable with, only taking a 2 RR trade. So it's entirely up to you. And the same thing happens all the time. So we see price. Where did price come from? Down here, price played into this area here because this was originally responsible for these breaks of structure on a higher time frame. So on a higher time frame, price is making lower lows. Boom. Higher high. We have a higher high, and then all of this here was our liquidity because this area hasn't been mitigated yet. We haven't, price didn't do something like this and then bounce off, right? Price has to build liquidity. That's like a fuel. Price is fuel. Sorry. So price did this, and then we came back to this unmitigated area, and then price starts breaking our supply. So this gave us a reaction here. This was our last OB. Give us a little reaction, but all of these are getting broken, right? You see how everything here is just getting taken? This is also a trend. So we have this trend, and then price starts breaking all of this structure. Erase it. Price starts breaking structure, and then where can we see pullbacks? To the last area here. We could play into this here. Price ended up playing off of that, and then we gave another retest here, another flip. So you can definitely get into trades here. Something like this. Maybe you want to target these. These end up getting hit. Oh, you would have been stopped out, but it's still not a bad trade. Maybe if you just want us to target these, it's entirely up to you on how you manage. So after this, right, price came down to the origin. This is the origin demand. Price never mitigated. So all of what we were in was liquidity. But if you're aware of it, you can play into it. It's also inducement. We're inducing buyers to get in early before another news. This was 8:30 CPI. Yeah. So Wednesday we had PPI. Thursday we had CPI. So price came down to it. Boom. Immediately came up, breaking more of this liquidity. And what do we have there? Lower time frame. We have an unmitigated OB. Boom. So this is our demand. This move wasn't mitigated and ended up breaking these highs. Right, guys? Now, it did mitigate this fair value gap here. So you certainly could have entered off of that. And there would be more confirmation on a lower time frame. You certainly have entered into something like this. That's a nice 1 to 3 RR. So maybe something after that. You see what price ends up doing. Oh, we come back to the origin demand, and then we have breaks of structure. Come back to the origin, breaks of structure. The supply starts failing to hold, and then we have pullbacks in the next areas that flip price. Are we understanding this? And look at this. You can even do it on lower time frames. I don't have them now, but this was an OB, right? And price came up into it after breaking this structure. So this interaction here, when the seller stepped in here, it was a reaction off of this buy to sell that pushed price lower, taking out liquidity. So price played into this as well, gave it a reaction, right? But we're pro trend and we see price. Look at how bullish price is. You can see how it's moving, you know? Now something like this, you can see the sellers aren't moving so much. We can see an order flow start to shift and change. Sellers are super slow here. And then boom, buys. Buys. So you can certainly enter here, stop loss here, and you could just target these highs here. Boom, that's a 1 to 2 RR. Or even if you want, you can have your stop loss down here as well. Well, price never came down to it. It got pretty close. Like I said, depends how you manage your trade. And next thing you know, you have a 1 to 3. You target higher liquidity. 1 to 5. See, guys, it happens all the time. These are super profitable trades. Very, very simple. And this is on the 1 minute. It works on any time frame, on any pair. We could go to 1 hour. We have the same thing on the hour. Price came into the last area of demand that broke structure, right? The trades that I was showing you were internal time frame, lower time frame. This is on the hour. This is external. Remember, guys, the first thing I was saying was price was in an uptrend. We see this. Price is uptrending. Come on. We're in the lower time frame. I always show you guys my model. This is how the system works, and you can definitely catch very good trades off of this. I just want to say thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy the video.